Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. To throw is Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Taking a deep shot here for Hart. And got his man complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Play action. It's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. Get that complete to Alberto. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Jackson from the shotgun. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
On now, Tucker McCann. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. McCann's kick up and good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Richardson. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that will pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Stop your whining. Bobo's the mic. Mike's Bobo. Here it comes. Here it
comes. Back to throw. Richardson. That's caught by Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
19 Lions. That QB's trash. Let's go. 44.
Looking to throw. Richardson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
You got nothing in there. Rocco 80. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch
it. Here's Geis. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
You think you won't get there? 34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check him.
From the gun, Richardson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now left side with a swing pass. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The clock running here. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. On 2nd down now, it's Hess. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mecole Hardman, 56 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Get it, Gus! Get it!
McCann's got it teed up. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, we got 3 down.
To throw again, Richardson. The man is Howard, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup there, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, G. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check.
Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here we go. 44.
To throw is Richardson. To throw on 2nd down. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Here we go. Cougar 19. Let's get in them holes. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check.
Out of the gun, Geis. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. I'm here all day. Slam, slam. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Rip left, rip left. 19 tight, 19 tight. Spoke to Mike. Mike spoke both. Switch. 44's the Mike, 44's Mike. Check.
Richardson now. Ball play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Hey, check that. Street. Trap 60. 44. 70 Lions.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try to put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it's going to be second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
What you got, Heavy? Give me 60 Eagles.
On first down, this is Guy. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll run with Geis. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
44, Mike, 44. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Fofo's the Mike.
Off play action. Richardson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Butker's kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Oh, way to take it. Way to take that.
McCann's got it teed up. Decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Richardson. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Come on now, let's go.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Guys, 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Now Geis trying to get to the outside. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Back to throw. Richardson. Off to Geis on the screen. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
This is Geis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
What are you doing?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Look at the throw. Richardson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Ready, set. Mike's both. You ain't going nowhere. 44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Coming to you.
It's Geis on the counter. And down inside the 15 he goes. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Butker's kick here is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
From the 10.
Big play. Oh, yeah, boy.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Check 37.
On the ground, it's Geis. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
60 Maverick. Check smash. Kill.
initiating from the gun. Richardson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he bangs it through and makes it a 17-13 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Who wants some?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. Play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. 57's Mike. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Play action. Now Jackson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Third. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now again, right side. Hess. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory.
Come on now, let's make it happen,
huge
baby.
play
Let's make
that
it happen.
time for the Colts. 61 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Colts add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off. And it's running back to the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play. And guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Panther Street. Check. Go, Rig. Go.
Following the penalty is Geis. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Set. Cowboy 80.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go. Say.
Here's Richardson off the play fake. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Dragon 60.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Go, Chap.
From the gun, Richardson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jamie Gillen down as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Go! Panther 60.
All day. Mike's 59.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Sit hot. 180. Sit hot.
This time Jackson will throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. They go play action with Jackson. That's complete. Okue-Bunan. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On 1st down, it's Hess. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Hess, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Mike 57. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
57. Mike 57. Let's go, D. He's coming. We got double up.
Go ahead.
57.
They go play action now. Jackson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now for 46 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Panther 60. Check 50. Check 50.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Hurt. 18, Pioneer. 44, Mike.
Richardson throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Scoot. Crunch time, defense. Riggs. 60 Bobcat. Check Bobcat.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Get that ball. 44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Now a run for Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the twist. Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34. I got it. Hey, check 20. 19 Tiger.
Now a give right side. Stucky. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
44, Mike 44. You remember me?
Now Richardson from the gun on 3rd down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check, check. Rip right.
Street.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Finding his target, it's Ward. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Set. 60 Bison.
Check back.
44, Mike, 44.
And let's get it.
To throw is Richardson on 1st and 10. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session and be saying, hey, run that one back, Coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back. One more time. And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Richardson now to throw again. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off-play action. Richardson looking to get it to Ward. Intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all. You're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to win this one now.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready? Bronco 80.
Let's go, D.
Hustle. Back.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. This play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Sit hot! 180! Sit hot! Sit hot! 180! 57's the mic! Sit hot!
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
180!
Now they try the right side here. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Sit hot! 180! Sit hot! Sit hot! 180! Sit hot!
Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this one down to the 36. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy trying to get that extra running play in. And they can backfire on them.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts